Hello and welcome to Camp Xtras. Recently, I have been seeing a resurgence in retro rally games in the indie space, and as a fan of those, I'm happy to see that. One of those games that fits neatly into that category is Parking Garage Rally Circuit. This one came out in 2024 and was developed by Wallaber Entertainment, and let me share my experience with it today in a short review. First off, this game does a fantastic job of replicating the old school feel, looking closely to what a Sega Saturn game would have looked like, with many transparencies and a blocky look. Something I absolutely adore, a style I have not grown tired of. I love that the developers here take it a step further and even offer many preset options. A straight from the console mode, which is in a tiny aspect ratio, an emulator styled version, and then there's the top tier, which is a PC remake. So if you don't love the tiny look, you can play it in the cleanest way possible, but it still maintains a nice charm. The gameplay here is extremely basic. You get a few tracks to race with, 3 different classes of cars. All of them have a different feel to them and change up how the drifting feels. And overall, the driving itself is pretty basic, with the normal acceleration or turning that you'd expect from an arcadey racer. Drifting is very simple too, which is something I find refreshing. There are not a lot of mechanics to learn, and it's great. You just hold X to drift, and it's very similar to Mario Kart, where your distance of drifting will give you a speed bonus. Holding X tighter or longer will allow you to zoom through courses, and it feels great. If there is one thing nailed in this game, is how much fun it is to control. One of those racing games you instinctually pick up and understand how to play, which is something that makes it easy to come back to. Though it's the racetrack design that makes this game shine a bit more. Making sure it's not too easy with open tracks, it's all enclosed in parking garages. Garages filled with cars and walls, and it gets extremely narrow. Drifting around escalating roads or up hard bends, it plays with the garage design surprisingly well, way more than one would expect. The course design is pure gold in my mind, and though there are only a handful of tracks, they all bring something to the table. There's one where you are constantly going up, which doing so makes your car fly all around, yet if you drift uphill, you don't fly off the road. It makes you learn this in order to get the gold time. There's one where the lights go out and it asks you to memorize the track, or one where boulders and debris constantly change your path. The biggest key to getting great time is track memorization, which is helped by the ability to download ghosts and watch them online. With enough skill, you can skip over sections as well as gain mastery of drift boosting, allowing you to chain boost one after another to get insanely fast. Yet watch out for the physics in this game. They can get a bit wonky, but that is a part of the charm. Though I will say you are so light sometimes that you will fly over a hill and out of the garage, and that is a little frustrating. Yet luckily, the tracks are so fast that you could restart them and not feel like you wasted any time. That's about it though. There is multiplayer for online and split screen, but other than that, you're doing time trials at each class level, racing against ghosts. It's basic and can be beaten in under 5 hours. But for a retail price of $10, I found it fun enough, and I got it $5 on sale, which I think is a great price for a racer that plays as well as this. Also, I gotta bring up the ska soundtrack. It's fun, bright, and happy, though Rally more reminds me of drum and bass, but it does give this one a unique aesthetic. Though to be honest with you, I don't like the lyrical tracks here. Hearing those over and over, going for best times was a bit annoying to me, but the actual instrumental stuff gave this a nice, bright tone. So as a whole, this game is a nice ode to a classic era of rally racers, but also manages to do its own thing. Confining everything to tiny spaces makes this game feel unique while keeping an arcade racer feel anyone can get into. This was exactly the racer I wanted and needed when I picked this up. You definitely should check this out if you are into games like this. And be sure to let me know in the comments what I should check out next. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, as it helps me out in the algorithm. Subscribe to keep up with more videos like this, and check out my main channel, Camp Xbox, for retro Xbox videos. And I'll see you here next time at Camp Xtras.